welcome to my channel. It's been a while since I uploaded my last video tutorial, and I think it has been over a year, and the last one was about Hacker 101's Capture the Flag. Sad to say I've shifted away from it, and I have been doing TryHackMe.com. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against Hacker 101's Capture the Flag platform. It's just that I have been enjoying TryHackMe.com. And to plug in as well, I have been busy writing walkthroughs regarding the rooms that I have cracked in tryhackme.com. So here's my blog, beginninghacking.net. So if you guys don't mind, please visit my blog and enter your email address here and hit subscribe so you get updated every time I have a new content uploaded. So if you're tired of hearing my voice or you don't want to watch the video tutorial, you can just come here and click, any of my entries, and you can follow the procedures, step by step procedures that I've done or taken to solve these rooms. So now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna try and crack the room psycho break. So what I've decided this time around is to create a video tutorial first and then write a walkthrough about how I solve this room. Psycho break, please don't get deceived by this. It says here that it is rated easy. I think it should be between intermediate and hard. I really had a hard time with this. But I'm gonna show you how I did it. By the way, I've already done this. There were times that I've been stuck for hours and hours and even day, just to trying to solve this room. That's why I said it shouldn't be easy. It should be more intermediate or hard. Okay. So we have been assigned an IP address, and sorry, I already answered some of this before I decided to record a video on how to do this. Anyway, we can start by scanning the machine. But before that, make sure that you're connected to the VPN. And so here's my Nmap scan of the host. So it has 3 ports open, 21, 22, and 80. Thus, the 3 right here is the answer, and it's the correct answer. And the operating system that runs on the machine, Ubuntu. Let's go check, and it says here, it's Ubuntu for the operating system. So now let's proceed to task 2. Task 2, it's all about the web. Here comes the web. Key to the looker room. Looker room. Well, I think that's a locker room, not a looker room. Anyway, all right. So what I always do first, because it wants us to do something about the web, and when we look at the Nmap scan results, port 80 is open, which is running a web service. So what we're going to do is just come here, open a web browser, and type in the IP address and see what we find. All right, so it all begins here. Welcome to Beacon Mental Hospital. Okay, so what I always do whenever I get routed through the web, like trying to exploit it, if there's a way to exploit through the web service, I always look at the page source. So go ahead and just right click and just do view page source, and sure enough right here there's a comment saying Sebastian's is a path through the darkness which leads to room, Sadie's room. So it looks like this is a directory, so we can just copy this and then append it to our URL. And yeah, sure enough, we're in another page. So again, I always look at the page source. It doesn't look like there's anything helpful right here, so we can just close that. And it says here, Sebastian found the key to the locker room. Click here to get the key. So let's copy that. Hit OK. Escape locker room before it's too late. Okay, go to locker room enter the key. Okay, and now we're in the locker room. Now if we go back to the task that we have to do, key to the locker room. So we already retrieved that. So let's go ahead and paste it, hit submit, and it was the right one. Now we have to look for the key to access the map. So now that we're here in the locker room, we're going to look for the map. Okay, so click here to view map. But first again, look for the page source, and it says here decode this piece of text. I think it's right. It's in the page 2, right? Yep. Decode this piece of text. So go ahead and copy this. I had a hard time decoding this text. So one tool that I always use when it comes to decoding or encoding text is the CyberChef. So just go visit CyberChef, and if you're like me who's not really familiar with which encoding or decoding to use, or which um, data format to use, what I've been doing is that I just put the key right here and try this one by one, so I really try this one by one because I am not sure what format to use or what encryption or encoding decryption to use. So while doing it, I stumbled upon @bash cipher right here. So put it here in the recipe, and then it'll convert it for you, decode it. So it says here, grant me access to the map, please. So that's the answer. So if you go back here to the locker room, click here to view the map, enter key to access the map, and we have just decoded it, and hit enter. And now we're in a new page, map.php. So we can enter the key here as well, key to access the map. All right. So now we're going to look for the keeper key. So now that we're here, we've visited this room, status and locker. So safe haven. Anything interesting here? Again, go visit the page source. And it just says, I think I'm having a nightmare. Search through me and find it. So what I did is that I downloaded all of these images and tried Stego, but there was nothing. And then when I look at it again and it says search through me and find it, what is the tool that I always use when it comes to searching, like searching directories, searching pages, searching file? And I was thinking, maybe let's enumerate this, So we're going to use GoBuster. So let's go to our Go. What we're gonna do here is run GoBuster. So GoBuster dir. So dir. This is to use the directory brute forcing mode of GoBuster. And then after that, you gotta put the -u, which is the flag to tell GoBuster that we are scanning this URL. So what is the URL? It's gonna be the IP address 1010. 159.132 / safe heaven, and then we're gonna set the flag for which word list we're going to use. So we're going to use oops, not that one, word list, and then dirbuster directory 2.3 medium. I always use the directory list 2.3 medium text because for some reason there are sometimes this is a bigger list of words, so you have a better chance of actually hitting or enumerating any files or directories inside the safe haven directory that we're trying to enumerate. So just hit enter, and it's gonna scan through it, and this is gonna take a long time, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video again, and I'll be back as soon as the scan is over. All right, I'm back. That took a long time. It almost used up the entire word list of the medium.txt. Um, it was almost an hour of running. So now we can cancel this. We found the directory that we're looking for the page. So what we can do now is that we can copy this and then add it to the safe haven page. So now after we enter this, now we meet the keeper. We're in the keeper page. So let's go check the page source again to find out more about the keeper. Okay, so there's really nothing helpful here. So let's go ahead and escape keeper. And it says save yourself. Enter the real location shown in the image given below in the input field and press enter. Find it quickly before time runs out. Okay, so this is OSINT. It's the fastest way to find out information about this image is to download the image. So let's just download this. Let's name it stairs. And then what we can do now is open a page, new page, google.com, and then just do images right here. And then we can upload that image that we just downloaded. So let's go back here. Where was that? Where did we download it? I think it's in the Psycho folder. What? Where was it downloaded? Let's do it again. So downloads, save image as. Oh, it was under. Was it under documents then? Okay, let's just put it under downloads. So stairs. Go back to Google Images and upload that stairs right there. So it's uploading and it will tell you right away the information about that image. So St. Augustine Lighthouse. So let's go back here, put it here, but right here it requires a period. Okay, there you go, and hit enter. And you get the keeper key. So here's our key. Copy that key, paste it here as an answer. And says we got it right. Now what's going to be the next one? What is the file name of the text file without the file extension? Whew, that's a lot. All right, so let's go back to the map page, because this is just a safe haven. I think it was map.php right here. We already have the key. Enter key to access the map. So it was the key. Oh, nope. Wait, what key was it? Oh, this one. Okay, go back here. And then let's go get this keeper key and use it to get inside the abandoned room right here. Enter the keeper key. All right. Enter. Okay, and we're again now in another room. Page source. There's really nothing helpful right here. So let's go ahead and go further. Link. Meet Laura the spider lady. Run, run, run. Get out of here. let's go check the page source, and it says here there is something called shell on current page. Maybe that'll help you to get out of here. All right, this is where I got stuck for a long time, more than a day. I was trying everything I could possibly think of, and I was even going to um, checking all of the web shells because it says here there is something that's called shell. So I googled web shells right here. What are common PHP web shells? You know, I copy pasted everything. Thought that I could use maybe a PHP wrapper, so put it right here, put a question mark, and then add web shells PHP wrappers, and it keeps failing. I was almost ready to give up, and then somebody in the Discord server said like something just using about shell and command system commands, and I was like, okay, so why don't we do maybe shell equals just ls, and sure enough it works. So I'm curious though of what is the code in this web page that actually triggers this, because when we look at the page source again, there's nothing here, there's no clue of what is the code that actually triggers this shell right here with the ls. But other than ls, there's no other command that you can run, like pwd. It just says command not permitted. And so if it's ls, I even tried expanded lsla, still nothing. And then all of a sudden I thought about maybe doing the relative path. So just by doing ls and then double period, so that's a relative path. And when you hit enter, it shows us another key. Now, when I saw this key, I was really confused. I copy pasted this key, attach it over here, and for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what to do with this key. And then when I look closer to the key, if you look at this key right here, B8BC66 ends in 38275 is exactly the same numbers for this directory over here. So what I'm thinking is that this one right here is a separate directory from here, and this one would actually open a separate directory. So what I did was that copy this, and then just go back to here comes layer page PHP, and then just delete this, and then paste this file. And sure enough, now we are in another directory. So if we go back here, it says what is the file name of the text file without the extension? What will be the answer here? So it's umadeit.txt. So without the extension, you just do u_made_it, and we got it. So now let's go task 3. Get the poor soul out of the cell. Okay. So now that we're here, let's download both of these files. Okay, we can download it just by, or we can read it. You made it easy. Okay, how about this one? Okay, this one downloads. We can just save it and goes to our downloads folder. So what I always do, just to make it organized, is that I would transfer whatever files that's related to that room. Like, so for example, that help me.zip. So let's copy that from the downloads folder. Downloads, help me zip, and then to this directory. So if you look at it, so we got the help me.zip right here. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is unzip this. So to unzip this file, you just have to type unzip help me. There you go. And when we list our current directory, now we see two files, helpme.txt and table.jpg. So let's go ahead and look at the content of helpme.txt by doing cat helpme. And it says, from Joseph, whoever sees this message, help me. Rubik lock me up in this cell, get the key to on the table and lock this cell. Okay, so there are clues here. Like for example, it says here, get the key on the table and unlock this cell. So get the key on the table. And if you notice right here, one of the files is called table.jpg. So I'm thinking that we can get the key from this table.jpg to unlock the cell where Joseph is locked up. But let's go back to the task. So who is locked up in the cell? So it's it says Joseph was locked up in the cell. Joseph. Okay, so that's right. There's something weird with the wave file. What does it say? Okay, so now I think what we're gonna do is get the key from that table.jpg. So let's go back here. So the first thing that we're gonna do here is check if the table.jpg is actually a JPEG file. So you can do that by typing file and then the file that you wanted to check. So it says here that the table.jpg is actually a zipped file. So it's not actually a JPEG file, but a zip file. So again, to unzip it, just do unzip table.jpg. So that table.jpg file actually contains two more files. So if we do ls again, we got Joseph Oda.jpg and key.wav. So one of the questions here is something is weird with the wave file. What does it say? All right. So I'm not entirely sure how I can play it here so you can hear it, but this key.wave right here, once you play it, it's actually a Morse code. And so I looked up the Morse code, I listened to it, and did the Morse code. Where are you? Morse code, right here from Morse code. So let's go delete this and then that one. So when I listened to the file, the Morse code was this. So it's and then 4 dots, and then I think there were 3 prolonged ones, and then a space, 1 dot, and then 2 prolonged ones, space, prolong again, and then a dot. So now what we're gonna do is just drag this from Morse code right here to see what the message is. I think I did something wrong here. I think this one. There you go. So this was the Morse code. And this is the message, show me. All right, now let's see where we can use this show me. So come here and it says there's something wrong. What does it say? So show me right there. Okay, so show me. Now that we got that, what's the next one? What is the FTP user? What is the FTP user password? Okay, let's go back to here. And I think what we're gonna do next is do a steganography of Joseph Oda.jpg. So let's see what kind of file is Joseph Oda. So it's really a JPEG, okay? And remember here, for a clue, key on the table. So I think this is the key right here. So we have to do a steganography on Joseph Oda.jpg, and I think the show me that we got from key.wave is going to be the passphrase to actually unlock Joseph that underscore Oda. So we're gonna do steg hide extract SF was it that one? Is it? Oh, so we have to do a dash for SF to extract it, and then okay, 2 dashes for the extract. Let's do that. So hide 2 dashes for the extract. All right, there you go. Oh, wait, what? Maybe we do sudo steg hide. There we go. And then do type the show me all caps. And then it says we get a text file called thank you dot text. So let's ls again. And cat to see the content of that new file. So it says FTP user is Joseph, and this is the password. All right. Joseph and password right here. Okay. So now we have what? Task first, crack it open, brute. So it looks like we're going to do some brute forcing right here. But first, what we're going to do is that we're going to go FTP. Okay, so FTP, let's go to our FTP window right here. ls again, and then FTP. What was the IP address of this machine again? 159.132. And for a username, it's Joseph. And then just paste their password. Yep. So user Joseph is now logged in. So what we're gonna do is do ls to see what we can find here. Wait, maybe there are hidden files. Okay, nothing. So we just have file called program and a random.dic, DIC, a dictionary. So we're gonna download this. We can download these 2 files by using get. So first we just have to do get program, and then it downloads that. It says port command successful. Okay, I'll just wait for it to complete. Now we're going to download the other one, random.dic. Okay, so we're done with our FTP right here. The key used by the program. Oh, okay, so the key used by the program. What is a key used in a program? Let's see, what is this program? So do file program. What does it say? It's an okay, so it's an executable program. Let's see if we actually have executable like rights to execute this program. So let's just do ls minus la program. No, we don't. So we can add an execute permission. sudo chmod plus x for execute program. Okay. And so what's going to happen if we run the program? Program work. Okay, let's go back here. So it says brute. So it looks like we have to do some brute forcing, and this program right here is what we have to run to actually get the key. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we have to create a script. So let's just say brute, and it's gonna be a Python because this is the program is in Python. So what we're gonna do, import OS. This is to read file. Oh, readiness. Read lines. For keys in each line. Save that, exit out of it, and then let's see if we have execute permission to this file. No, we don't. So add it again. Okay, so now we're going to run it. Dented block. Oh. Forgot to indent it. Let's go sudo get there. Oops. That's it. Ooh. Oh, I don't have a comma. I mean, not comma. Quotation. Jeez. Okay, third time is the charm. There you go. So now let's just wait until it says like it found the key. So it's going through all of the list from the dictionary. Okay, so I just had to cancel that one because I saw anyway that it found the key already. So if you scroll up, it says right there. So the key is Kidman. So let's go. Kidman is the correct one. So let's go right here. The key used by the program is Kidman. Right there. What do the crazy long numbers mean when they're decrypted? So here's another one. I have cryptography right here. So with this one, I got stuck for a long time because I'm not really good when it comes to cryptography. So what I've been doing is just try whatever one by one until I find it. This is something that I need to improve upon. Um, but so what I've been using whenever I try something is I think it's the decode.fr right here. And just to cut it short, instead of trying one by one until we find the right cipher to use to decode it, um, I think the right one to use here, if I remember, is a multi-tap SMS. Multi-tap, or is it this one right here? I think so. Let's try it. If I'm not mistaken. Let's do English, and then let's paste that again, and then decrypt it, and we got our answer right here. Kidman's password is so strange. Let's copy that, put it right here. What do the crazy long numbers mean when decrypted? It's that one right there. Answer is correct. So now go capture. So going back to our nmap right here. So if that was the password, wait, let me go back here. Is there anything else that we have to do here? Nope. Okay, so let's go back to our nmap results. So it says here that port 22 is open, which is running the SSH service. So we can try an SSH using the credentials that we found, Kidman, and then the password. So let's switch to SSH window. So let's just do SSH, then Kidman 10.159. Yes, and then just paste the password, and we're in. So this Kidman's password is so strange. It's actually the SSH password. So now that we're in, let's try and find where the user.txt file is, because the first item right here under task 5 is look for the user.txt. So let's go back here. So find, and then what type, F for file, and then the name is user.txt, and then I always put this to just redirect all of like the error messages, permission error, so it doesn't have to show up as part of the result. So let's just be patient and see if it can actually find user. So yeah, now it's showing us where the location of the user.txt file is. So we're actually in there now. So if we just do ls, that's a user.txt. So we just have to cat. Oops. Gosh. if I can type. There you go. Oops, did I copy it? Nope. I just did Control C. All right, paste it. Now let's go ahead and try and do root.txt. Okay, so if we do sudo -l to check if Kidman has some sudo privileges. Geez, now we're gonna copy paste this for the password. Nope. Kidman doesn't have any sudo privileges. Okay. Why don't we just kept doing listing the directory. Let's see if there are any hidden ones. And sure enough, we have some hidden ones. The read this text and the I.text. So let's read what's in here. What is that? It's another cryptography. All right. Let's see. Copy that. Okay, so I'm entirely not really sure what encoding was used or cipher to use to decode this. But what we can do again is just go to CyberChef and try each one by one. And I think what I found out is that I have to use the Route 47. And as soon as you do that, then you get your output right here. It says it's from Kidman message. The thing I'm about to tell you is the top secret. No one doesn't know about this. It's the Ruvik's I. No one can hide away from it. But I can tell you one thing. Search for the string, the I of Ruvik. Okay, so here's the clue right here. It says search for the string, the I of Ruvik. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna do the same process when we tried and search for user.txt. So we're gonna do the same thing. So find from the root directory, type of file, and then the name, just paste it. And again, redirect all of the error messages to div/null there. Okay, so there it is. So it's a Python file inside the var directory. So let's look it up. What's in it? Oops, var. Program that runs, and then a subprocess called echo home kidman the I.txt. What's inside that I.txt? No one can escape from me. No one can escape from me. Okay. I think I remember it. There's something in the cron tab right there. So this is actually a job that runs every 2 minutes right here. The Python script that we found under var. So it runs every 2 minutes. And I think what we can do, let's see if we have edit file or write file. write permission on this file. Yeah, it looks like we do have a write permission. Okay, so I think what we can do, since there is a sub-process call inside this script, I think what we can do is that we can add another sub-process call. Okay, let us try and edit that. Or we can, what if we'll just make it, maybe we can do a reverse shell. Let's check test monkey reverse shell. Yeah. If we'll probably use netcat right here. Let's just copy that. So let's add this here. Nano. I'm a Nano user. I'm so confused with Vim. So we can just copy this right here. So let's do and then we just have to change this with our VPN IP address. So for me, it's gonna be 2.44.239, and then what port number you want to use. I'll leave it to 123, and then just close it with a quotation mark right here, and then shell equals true right there, and that should be, yeah, that should be it. And then save it. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna jump to our netcat window and start a netcat listener. And then we did 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just have to wait for 2 minutes for that to work. I mean, for the cron job to run again, and we should have a reverse shell here. Okay, I'm just gonna pause the video for now and get back as soon as we get a reverse shell. Okay, we're back. So we get a reverse shell, and to get a more stable shell, so what we can do is convert this to a more stable shell. So the first thing that I do is that I check if Python is installed, which it is installed, because we just run a Python script earlier in this same machine. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do Python -c import pty spawn to spawn a shell, and then in bash, and then close it, close code. There you go. So this is a more stable shell. Now we can just check if we have the root.txt in this folder by doing ls, and yeah, sure enough, root.txt is here. So let's just do cat. Go here, and there you go. We got it. And right here, no needed answer. I'm not really in the mood right now to deal with this. I just hit complete. And this one right here, again, no answer needed, completed. And we get a badge for completing cycle break. I hope you guys enjoy that. And again, Please don't forget to subscribe to my blog, and I'm gonna come up with a write-up or a walkthrough with a step-by-step process that we did on my blog. So go ahead and subscribe to that blog. See you again on my next video tutorial. Thank you.